I 26M, my ex 25F, the other girl 26F and her ex 29M. Things have gotten rough, toxic, and tricky. In this situation, I am unaware of how to continue with the friendship/relationship. Please advice? Her ex broke up with her on a text, without consulting her because he was being pressured by his family. Yet she continued talking to her ex. We both were strangers turned acquaintances turned friends who kissed one evening when Dr.K. Note that I also cheated on my then girlfriend with that kiss. 2 days after that I confessed to my then girlfriend, which led to a huge fight. Later she forgave me and we got back together. Our relationship was already going through a rough patch. We did not have a video call in the past 9 months. We had very rare conversations. It was a long relationship that lasted for almost 4 years. It was getting hard and I thought of breaking up with her many times in the past but was not able to. She is not a bad person, it's just that her situation made her act that way. I was still conversing with the girl whom I kissed and we decided that whatever happened was a mistake and we forget all the things that happened. 1 to 2 weeks after that kiss I realized that I wanted to end the relationship with my then girlfriend. I can't pinpoint the reason why I decided to break. Things started getting bitter again with her and I was not ready to go through that. I opened up with her about the problems I had for the past few months of her not talking with me and also the loveless relationship we had going on. It also could be that I started feeling affection with the girl whom I kissed. She understands me and we both have the same ideologies and thought process. Maybe a week after the breakup, I, her ex, and she went for a movie at the nearby theater. When we came back we ordered pizza, and then her ex went to sleep, and then I confessed to her about me developing feelings for her and she also confessed the same. I didn't want any relationship right now. It's too soon after a breakup, yet we kissed that night. The next day we three and a group of friends, decided to go to a pub. I was very Dr.K and so was she, and her ex was a teetotaler who observed that I was hugging her at the pub and he told us that he tried to separate us multiple times in the pub. I don't remember any of the incidents that happened. Things became rough at her house. I was depressed, and when things came to the point where we were confessing to her ex whatever happened, she told me that I never confessed my feelings to her. Because she was worried about how he would feel, I decided to end things with her the very next day. I took leave because of a dental appointment and coincidentally she also took leave. I called her up and asked if she lied about her feelings when she confessed to me. I should have stopped everything at that point. Yet when she told me she had feelings and just wanted not to hurt her ex, I don't know why I understood her reasoning, and the next few days we started conversing more and more and somehow we started going on dates. We started saying I love you to each other. She left for her hometown for a leave, during which we started talking more and more, and that's when her ex told her that he wanted her back. And during that time itself I told my parents that I was dating. I live in India and she is of a different religion than mine, which is considered unacceptable for most Indians, which led to a heated argument with my parents. I know I rushed the decision to tell my parents. This made her realize that she was not ready for a relationship and that she just wanted a friend right now. So for the next month or two, rifts were happening between me and her ex, and she took a break once from both of us and she started talking to me after 2 days, saying she thought only about me for the next few days and she wanted me to keep this a secret that our break has ended. So, I took some steps that made it evident that we both were still on a break. After a week on a random day, I could not follow that step due to a work thing and realized that they had both ended their break and she never told me about it. I don't understand why I was okay with that. That evening we three had a talk and he tried to sting a fight and I didn't respond. They both stopped talking to each other. After a few days, I was on a work trip and they started talking again. She asked me if it is okay if she went to a movie with him, and I said yes when I was not okay with it. I felt like it should not be my control for her to choose what she wanted to do. They both started talking to each other more, and when I came back she used to walk and talk with her. We were just dating at that point with no clear commitment from her side. I wanted to commit but I realized she was not ready for it. On New Year's Eve of 2023, I was 1,500 kilometers away from her on a work trip. I rushed from place to place to reach my flat before New Year's. Her ex and I stay in the same room. One of my other flatmates asked her to visit for New Year's, and she was there the whole evening. Around 11:30 p.m., she messaged that they were planning to go out, and I was in a cab to our flat. I asked her if she could ask them to stay and tell them that I was coming. She didn't tell them about that because she didn't want to reveal that we were talking to each other. They all left, and I reached my flat at exactly midnight to an empty flat. I was flustered by the fact that she thought about his feelings and completely ignored my efforts. Later, she returned to my flat to take her dress that she brought here. I was angry at her, and I forced a kiss on her. I don't know why. It may be a P.Th.D.C. attempt to tell her, you are mine, or the fact that I always wanted to kiss my partner on New Year's, inspired by Friends, TV series. Later, she got angry and told me, I'm not your girlfriend to tell about you to them. So, the thing that we had was a roller coaster on its own. At that time, we were just dating and not in a relationship, and she asked me to leave the space because she couldn't knowingly share a space with me and her ex, realizing how much it hurt him. What about my feelings? On January 1, 2024, we went out for a date, and I had a work trip planned to Kerala, followed by a personal leave in Hyderabad that would span a whole month. Just before I was about to start the 1-month outstation, she told me that it seemed we should not date and just be friends. I accepted her decision, and in the following days, she had to go to a physiotherapist regularly. Her ex was the one who took her to the visits every day, and they went to the office together and came back together. Now, to her, I, currently an ex, and her ex are just friends. I cannot decide what to do once I go back to the office. We usually used to walk together a short distance from our bus stop. Now, they are doing it together. They probably are sitting together on the bus, and that's why she doesn't reply to my messages during the travel. Once I go back to the office, I don't know what to do, or how I should act/behave with her. I sometimes feel like I should stop talking to her altogether because it hurts me the more I keep on conversing with her. So, I completed my work trip and started my leave in Hyderabad. On the first day, she claims that she slept at 9:30 p.m. We both set an alarm at 10 p.m. every night to remind us both to converse at least once a day for years to come, and she did not wake up to that alarm. Today, the second day, she said that she didn't realize that she slept, and I messaged her at around 9 a.m. saying that I was going to do some remote work. The whole day, she didn't message anything, even though I observed that she was online multiple times. I don't know if this is getting toxic for me. Should I stop all this, stay away from her? Stop conversing with her? Leave the place? Start a new job at a new place?